Over in the US, Donald Trump's defense lawyers have rested their hush money case without the ex-president taking the witness stand.
Now, this now moves the New York trial closer to the moment when the jury will begin deciding his fate. However, by testifying, Trump might have sought to personally convince a panel of 12 jurors and 6 alternates that his aim was to protect his family from embarrassment, not to bury a story about an alleged sexual encounter damaging to his political prospects. But criminal defendants typically do not testify in their own trials as it exposes them to probing questions from prosecutors. He would have been at the risk of perjury if he lied under oath. In his remarks to reporters after court wrapped for the day, Trump reiterated his stance of the case being a political witch hunt.
Remember, I'm gagged. I'm not allowed to say what I'd like to really say because you'd be very impressed. But I'm gagged, so why would I take the chance? But we do want to defend our Constitution, so at some point maybe I will take the chance. It's a very serious situation when a Republican nominee for president, the Republican nominee, somebody that won easily and quickly in record time, gets number one gagged and number two is before a Democrat-appointed judge, and you're playing with fire like this. It's very sad.
The attorneys on Tuesday returned to the courtroom to discuss how the judge will instruct jurors before deliberations, which is a sort of roadmap meant to help them apply the law to the evidence and testimony. Then what happens next? Well, the jury is scheduled to be off until next Tuesday, and that is when Judge Merchant said the defense and prosecution will present their closing arguments.
Now, closings, also known as summations, are the last opportunity for each side to go over the case and attempt to persuade the jury to acquit or convict. After that, Merchant said he will instruct jurors in the law for about an hour before sending them to deliberate on the verdict.
Trump is accused of covering up a $130,000 payment that bought the silence of adult star Stormy Daniels, who in the final weeks of the 2016 presidential election was sharing her story of a sexual encounter with Trump. Though the hush money payment itself is not illegal, Trump faces 34 counts of falsifying business records to hide his reimbursement to Cohen, who initially paid for the transaction. The Manhattan District Attorney's Office called 20 witnesses over 15 days of testimony before resting its case.
For more on this, our correspondent Susan Tehrani has sent us this report. Listen to this.
Former U.S. President Donald Trump's hush money trial has concluded its testimony phase with closing arguments and jury deliberation set to begin after Memorial Day weekend next Tuesday. Donald Trump did not testify despite hints that he might. The trial started on April 22nd with testimony by David Pecker, a tabloid publisher, and ended with Robert Costello, a lawyer for the defense. Other key witnesses included Stormy Daniels, Michael Cohen, as well as Hope Hicks. Trump faces charges of falsifying business record to conceal a $130,000 hush money payment to Daniels, who alleges a 2006 sexual encounter. The former president, however, denies the encounter and the charges as well. If convicted, he could face prison or a probation. Ultimately, it will be up to the jury to decide, and we will find out possibly as early as next week. Susan Tehrani reporting from New York for WION World.